welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my life. So yes, I haven't been really filming much. And are you done? But yeah, I accumulated a bunch of little vlogs, little footage from the past month. I did a lot of things in the past month, but I haven't been really like on my weekly grind. So hopefully going into October now, it's gonna change because I miss filming. I've just been going through personal stuff again. I don't know why, but like I don't feel compelled to like film when I'm not doing well because I feel like it's just bad energy on the video. And then sometimes I do film it, but then I always end up being like, should I have filmed it? You know what I mean? So I always make sure that I'm back in the right headspace. So that's kind of why I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus. But now, like, the fact is, like, when you take a hiatus, you're so behind with the videos you want to film and post and edit that, like, it's sightless. That it's, like, so daunting that you keep pushing it. So now I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. So many videos that I wanted to do are, like, past dated now. Probably gonna have to do them next year. And it's really unfortunate, but it happens, like, all the time. So it's just part of the YouTube blogging sphere. If you miss it, you miss it. You wait for next year. At least you have your, you know, clips or your ideas for next year. So anyways, I'm going to roll the clips and then I'm going to come back and talk about the books that I've read in the last month. I don't know if I'm going to film an October TBR. I probably will film a fall TBR in the coming week, but we'll see. Look who just sat on my book. Look at him. Can I read my book? Sir? Excuse me? Okay, I hope you can hear me well. So I've been reading Romantic Outlaws, The Extraordinary Lives of Mary Wollstonecraft and Mary Shelley by Charlotte Gordon, and I'm obsessed. I'm in love. It's like 600 pages long. I'm about a quarter way in, and I just love this book so much. My goal is to read it in like the next 24 hours before I start writing my own book. But yeah, anyways, I just want to talk about the book a little bit. I love how, although the author spends like one chapter in Mary Wollstonecraft's life, and then she goes and shifts to Mary Godwin, who is Mary Shelley later on, it's so nicely articulated. Like, I don't find myself confused between the both women's life, and it's so complimentary, and you see how there's so many similarities, how Mary Shelley is discovering about Mary Wollstonecraft the way that we are, secondhand, posthumously, and it's just such a beautiful thing to read and to see the similarities between the two, and how they both long for freedom of oppression, rebellion, making their place in life as a woman without the necessary nature of getting married, and helping like society at large, right? And I absolutely love Mary Wollstonecraft. Honestly, she is so strong and so determined, and she was abused by both parents and siblings, and she still pushed through. She still, helped her two youngest sisters, and yeah, it's like, it's so crazy. It's just insane, and both of them are just walking legends, basically. I want to talk more about this book. However, I feel like I want to dedicate maybe an entire reading vlog, and not just incorporate this in my basic vlogs that I have going up every week, 2 weeks. So if you want to know more about these two legends, I will be making a separate vlog and posting it at some point. But I highly recommend reading this, especially if you have an inkling of interest into feminism, into Mary Shelley, into, the romantics. I highly recommend it. This book is so good. Like, I'm so captivated by the story of before and after, and figuring out what happened after, like, basically the pandemic that they have in this story. And like, it's just so interesting to see how everything interweaves together. People, characters, stories, oral history, all of that. I feel like this really has the trappings of your typical pandemic literature. And the reason why I say this is because I've read a lot of them in the last year because I want to write my own type of story. And it's always the same. You always have like cult kind of undertones. You have oral history. You have people that are forgetful with their memories. You have people that are changing, right, under extraordinary circumstances. You have PTSD. I was gonna say you also always have like this one thing that brings hope, and in this case it's the symphony where they're traveling and, you know, bringing Shakespeare plays to life, and I find that really, really captivating. I wanted to say other things. I have been taking notes. I think I'm gonna go through more of my notes and come back and talk more, but I also want to say I really feel connected to the story because it's set in Toronto. A lot of people have gone to the University of Toronto, like the side characters that they talk about, and it's just like so fascinating to see all the interlinks. And I kind of regret that I started this book a while back and then I stopped, and then I finally got back to it because I feel like now I'm like, oh, have we heard of this character before? Because there's a lot of characters, and yeah, we definitely have. So I have to, maybe I'm gonna reread the first 2 chapters before continuing, but or like just skim through them. But yeah, definitely very interesting, and it's just so typically plague-like compared to all the other books that I've read. You always have that one person that's like also like prophecy, truth teller, you know, people that are like going ballistic, and you see that in the, what's it called, the book by Daniel Defoe, which is like a fictionalized account of real life events of the plague back in the 1600s. But yeah, The Plague Year by Daniel Defoe, when I started reading that one, I could see so many similarities, and yeah, it's just so fascinating, and I really want to see more of the Shakespearean crowd and the Shakespearean group. I feel like we've only barely touched upon this symphony group, and I'm at like 100 pages in, 300 pages, so I'm sure now we're reaching the midpoint. We're gonna see much more of the symphony, and I'm really excited for that. I love when there's like Shakespearean references. I love when people are taking Shakespeare's lines and putting them in a book. So definitely something that my Shakespearean heart adores and loves. And I feel like I've been so out of touch with Shakespeare since graduating university that I feel like maybe next year I want to start reading plays, like rereading all the other plays. I think I've read 2/3 of Shakespeare's plays, and he has a lot of them. I've read definitely most of the tragedies, the Roman plays, and then what else? Some of the comedies. And I think the ones that I have left is mostly the English plays. I've read some of them, but you know, the Richard, Henry, the Fort, and Pericles. Is that how you say it? But yeah, I think I'm gonna go and activate my Shakespeare era next year because I miss it so much. Profoundly. Profusely, actually. Not profoundly. Profusely. Or both. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. I'm gonna go back to reading. Okay, so I've been hoarding this in my closet for so long now, and it's because a few months ago I went to an independent bookstore near my house, and I just got these books secondhand, and I was really excited. I got 2 series, so I'm just gonna show it and get rid of this bag in my closet and just put these books on the shelf. They've collected so much dust. I mean, they're secondhand books, but still gotta treat books with respect. Okay, so I got the Inheritance book series. That's the book by series by Christopher Paolini. I read Aragon when I was younger, and I read it in French, so I got the 2nd, 3rd books in hardcover, and they're actually in really good conditions. I'll show you. The only thing is I hope that I'm going to be able to get the sticker off without like ruining the cover. I love these. I'm so obsessed. I'm obsessed with like dragon books now too because of Fort Wing. So I'm like getting back into that obsession. So I did order a hardcover copy of Aragon a few months ago. And actually Christopher Paolini is going to be coming to Toronto for an event, and I pre-ordered his 5th book. So actually I would love to read this series sometime soon. And yeah, just get back into fantasy basically. I want to know what happens next. I've never read the continuous. I used to obsess about the movie, and I'm just so excited that I have this. I feel like reigniting my childhood type of thing, if you know what I mean. And then I also got Winger by Andrew Smith, because I never got to have a copy of this book like all these years, and when I saw it, I'm like, why not, for like $1 or so? I don't care, I'll get it. And then the lady working there, she was so nice. She had an art copy of the second book, which is Standoff, and she said, I'm just gonna add it in there for you for free because it's an arc. And yeah, and they match as well, which is amazing. So I don't know if anyone has read this series back in the day, like what, 7-8 years ago on BookTube, but this series had such a big hype that I still really do want to reread the books that I missed. So I was like, why not just get this? And then I have the information of the bookstore. So for those of you who live in Ontario, I'm going to link it down below. It's called Bookworms & Co. and it's situated in Aurora, Ontario. So I'll put the website and you guys can go check it out. I got a free bookmark, just a standard one, and she had these like cute little Jane Eyre bookmarks that I had to get. Look how cute this is. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And it says in the back here, I am no bird and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will. And funnily enough, I'm halfway through Jane Eyre, so this is so perfect, and I'm going to be using this in my copy of Jane Eyre because I'm currently reading that. So I totally forgot about this because, like I said, I've had this sitting in my closet for maybe 3 months now. It's terrible. Yeah, I have book hauls that I filmed last year that I never posted. If you guys want to see them, I will make an effort to post them. This was like before I got my mic. This is before I got like more comfortable on the camera, so I don't know if we want to see it, but yeah, lots of book hauls that never saw the light of day, so I might go back and edit those because I'm not buying books anymore. So can you guys believe that? I know I can't believe that either, but it's because your girl is broke and she is trying to save money, so that's why. If not, you guys know I would buy so many more books, but we're at maximum capacity. Like I need to move out. Like that's how bad it is. So yeah. So I've read about 5 books this month and I'm still like reading a couple of books. But let's go through these books quickly. I read Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I found this really helpful, but I struggle with plotting. So this should have helped me, which it has. But at the same time, like I get in my head with these things, with these details, and I'm like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it correctly? I like that I got to read this because it really gives you insight as to how to create a really powerful story and powerful characters. But I'm not gonna like take it as like the blueprint for every novel I'm gonna write going forward. But I'm definitely going to reference this, and I'm definitely going to use this throughout my writing career. So yeah, I highly recommend this book. It was really good and very insightful. Then I read Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This was amazing. I love this book. Honestly, I thought I would love it more, but I still ended up enjoying it. I love how all the stories interweave together. So this is like a story about a pandemic. It's called like Georgian flu, I believe. And we follow the characters that were there on the onset of the flu, and they were presenting King Lear basically in the theater in Toronto. And on that day, the main character, the man who plays King Lear, Arthur, he drops dead, and then from there chaos ensues as, you know, the pandemic breaks out, and then people get dispersed, people pass away, etc. And then we follow people that were there that night, and like this whole story unfolds like 20 years past that point. And you know, it's very interesting. It feels like playing Clue sometimes to like figure out, oh, where was this person, what was this mentioned, and whatnot. And I really found this really fascinating. Actually, I found it also fascinating in the way how things connect. So I think like I have a book right now that I'm writing, and well, I'm editing a book that I've written for a while now, and this just reminded me like maybe I need to put more links in there so that it makes more sense, right? Because I feel like this was really well done as it goes in the past, present, and we see more and more people and how they connect. So yeah, and it also has a big Shakespearean element because they have what's it called, the traveling symphony that like goes from town to town and they perform Shakespeare. So it's like, it's this whole idea that life is worth living. It's this whole idea that survival is not enough. We need to like bring people together, we need to bring art together, we need to, you know, create a better living, even if it's through presenting a play, etc. I really enjoyed it. Definitely deserves the hype. It might not be for everyone, but if you like expansive stories with people interconnecting, and if you like Shakespeare, you're definitely gonna like this one. Then I read A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I really enjoyed this book. Honestly, I thought I would love it more once again. I don't know what's going on with me. I always think I would love things more than I do. But this is like a retelling of Dracula and his wives, and it's from his first wife's perspective. Her name is Constanza, and you see how she goes through like this emotional abusive relationship, and how, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like so well done. Like the writing is so poetic, but I do agree that you kind of feel sometimes disconnected from the characters because of the writing style, and because like it's in this epistolary format. But I did really enjoy it. I really did love it, and I probably will read it again. So yeah, definitely recommend reading it. If you like more plot and characters than psychology and like beautiful writing style, this might not be for you. And I definitely recommend reading Dracula as well. Another vampire book that I read is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix, and I really like this book. This book was really long, but it was really entertaining, and you're just like rooting for these southern white ladies to like, you know, band together against like this force of evil. And I don't want to give anything else out. I think like the less you know, the better, and I really did enjoy it. Honestly, for a moment I was afraid in the middle that I wouldn't enjoy it anymore, but it did surprise me, and it got me back on track. And yeah, it's really addictive. It's really fascinating, and again, it has to do with like this evil immortal figure, which, you know, can be likened once again to Dracula. And the last book that I read is Foe by Ian Reid, and oh my god, I think this was my favorite book out of everything that I read, because I read it in like 2 sittings. I was so captivated. I just wanted to know what was going to happen, and I feel like I should not give any information, okay? There's a movie adaptation coming out. I think it came out. Did it come out? I really want to watch it. Oh my god. Wait. If it came out, I'm going to watch it today, because I really can't wait. It's with Saoirse Ronan and Paul Mescal, which are both of my favorite actors, like top 10 or whatever. And I feel like I've talked about this book already in a vlog. Could it be? Anyways, even if I did, I'm just going to talk about it again, because it's just an amazing book, and I highly recommend it. It's so short, so quick. I think Ian Reid, I saw him last year give a talk at the Toronto International Festival of Authors, and like I just love his writing style. I just like, you could almost see where he's coming from when he's writing his books. Like it comes from like a human condition, and he puts it in a horror kind of setting, relationship. Anyways, I highly recommend it. It's like a space book, but it's not a space book. But I don't want to give any more. Like, I feel like the best thing to do would be to watch the trailer for the movie. So I'm going to link the trailer down below, because I feel like if I say anything, I might spoil something crucial, vital. But he's so masterful, and I'm writing a whole book review. So if you want to read the spoilers, at some point it's going to be up on my second blog, sandrashelf.com. I'm currently working to writing and posting all my book reviews, so it's taking me a while because I have like maybe like 1,000 of books reviewed. So yeah, I haven't been able to get to the last 2-3 years of books because I've just been writing them down on a notebook or on my notes app. But eventually I'll be able to like link down below all my book reviews, because yeah, I just want to get back into that habit, because when I talk like this, like, I don't know what to say and what not to say to not spoil but also get people invested. And like, yeah, I loved it. I really have to go check if the movie is out. Oh my god, it's out. Okay. Maybe I go see it today. Hopefully. I'll see if I can like manipulate my sister into going with me. No, I'm joking, but I'm just gonna see if anyone wants to go with me, because this is like one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Okay, I'm so excited. Sorry, I'm filming this on October 8th, and I just remembered the movie was supposed to come out October 6th, so I have to check the Cineplex if it's out. Anyways, so yeah, that was this week's video. I'm so sorry. It's like a month combined into together, and I haven't been feeling well. I'm feeling better. I have a bunch of things that I wanted to talk about, but honestly, I think like, you know, when time passes too much, it's, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna add everything into the vlog, and I'm probably gonna do like a voiceover so you guys could see what happened, what I did, and what I think, instead of like just talking about it. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you're reading incredible books. I hope you're writing incredible books. I hope you're just living the life of your dreams, or taking the steps to do the things that you love in life, okay? And yeah, let me know what you want to see. Anything bookish or writing related. We have NaNoWriMo coming up. We have Halloween coming up. I had a bunch of videos planned. I'm so sorry I did not get to film them, post them. Next year I will be better. I'll be more on my game. But yeah, this year it's more like kind of like getting back into things in life. So it's okay, but I still am open to any recommendations coming forth, what you guys want to see for the rest of the year. And as always, I also have the second channel that I'm also working on, and sometimes I also disappear on that channel as well. But I'm always online. I'm always trying to post more, and I'm always trying to read more and write more, and you're going to be seeing that in the next few videos, because I've been reading a lot. And yeah, I'm just excited to share my love of reading and writing, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!